The Vikings were Scandinavian seafarers. They came from Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. From the late 8th to the late 11th centuries, they traveled far and wide. The Vikings were known for their raiding and trading. They were also skilled explorers and settlers. The Vikings were not a unified group. They had many different leaders and groups. They followed a Norse pagan religion. They believed in many gods and goddesses. The Vikings were skilled craftspeople. They made beautiful jewelry and weapons. They were also talented storytellers and poets. Their sagas told tales of gods, heroes, and great events. The Vikings left a lasting impact on history. Their raids and conquests spread fear and chaos, but they also established trade routes and settlements. They connected Scandinavia with the rest of Europe. Vikings lived in small villages. Their houses were made of wood, stone, or turf. Farming, fishing, and hunting were important for survival. They grew crops like barley, oats, and wheat. They fished for cod, herring, and salmon. They hunted deer, elk, and reindeer. Viking society was divided into three classes. Jarls were the ruling class. Carls were free farmers and craftspeople. Thralls were slaves, often captured in raids. Family was important to the Vikings. They had strong family bonds and loyalties. Women played an important role in Viking society. They managed households, raised children, and worked alongside men. Vikings valued strength, courage, and honor. They were fierce warriors and skilled seafarers. Daily life for Vikings was challenging. They faced harsh weather and the threat of conflict. Yet, they were a resilient and resourceful people. They adapted to their environment and thrived for centuries. Vikings were skilled explorers and navigators. They used the stars, the sun, and the waves to guide them. They traveled in long ships, fast and sturdy ships. The Vikings sailed east to Russia and the Byzantine Empire. They traded furs, slaves, and other goods. They even served as bodyguards for the Byzantine emperors. Westward, they reached Iceland, Greenland, and even North America. Vikings are also known for their raids. They raided monasteries and villages for wealth and resources. Their attacks were swift and brutal. They instilled fear throughout Europe. One of the most famous Viking raids was on the Lindisfarne monastery in England in 793 AD. This event marked the beginning of the Viking Age. The Vikings established settlements in England, Ireland, France, and Russia. Section 4: Viking ships and seafaring. The Vikings were masters of shipbuilding. Their most iconic vessel was the longship. Longships were long, narrow, and lightweight. They were designed for both raiding and trading. They had a shallow draft. This allowed them to navigate rivers and coastlines. The ships were powered by sails and oars. This made them fast and maneuverable. They could sail in shallow waters and open seas. The ships were decorated with carved dragon heads. Longships were essential to the Viking way of life. They allowed the Vikings to travel great distances. They could explore new lands, trade, and raid. The Vikings' shipbuilding skills were highly advanced. They played a major role in their success as explorers, traders, and warriors. Their ships were a testament to their ingenuity and craftsmanship. Section 5: The legacy of the Vikings. The Vikings left a lasting impact on Europe and beyond. They influenced language, art, culture, and genetics. They introduced Norse words into English and other languages. Their artistic styles influenced jewelry, metalwork, and stone carving. Viking raids and conquests led to political and social changes in Europe. Their settlements and trade routes fostered cultural exchange. The Vikings were not just raiders and warriors, they were also explorers, traders, farmers, and craftspeople. Today, the Vikings continue to fascinate us. Their myths and legends inspire books, films, and television shows. We still marvel at their ships, weapons, and art. The Viking Age may be over, but their legacy lives on.